eBay and PayPal, two of the most popular ways to sell items and make money. But beware, your next transaction could turn into a nightmare.
8 on your side consumer advocate Michelle Mortensen uncovered a loophole that could cost you dearly. And when you hear about it, it may just have your blood boiling.
Absolutely, because for years at this very spot, I have told you that PayPal is a safe and secure way to shop. And it is. But if you're selling something, you're going to want to read the fine print, because this loophole is a big one.
This boat is at the center of a big problem, and it might just leave this woman in a big bunch of financial trouble. See, Tony Risto-Lloyd sold this boat back in May for $8,500. She needed the money for her business, so she listed it on eBay and sold it through PayPal. Now here's the problem. 6 months later, PayPal is demanding the money back.
You never think that something that's a safe way to buy and a safe way to sell is going to basically screw you in the end.
I know what you're thinking. How could this happen? Well, here's how. 9 days after the buyer came to Las Vegas, inspected the boat, bought the boat, and brought it home to Arizona, he changed his mind and didn't want it anymore. So he asked eBay for a refund. They investigated, but didn't rule in his favor. Unsatisfied, he went to his credit card company and filed a chargeback. And they gave him his money back.
And I said, excuse me, how can you give him the money back?
Collection notices from PayPal started piling up, but the money was spent. So Tony didn't know what to do.
I figured if anyone could help me out, it would be you.
To help, I reached out to PayPal, and we talked a lot for months. But in the end, all I officially got was this statement, and it didn't say much at all. The fine print in PayPal's user agreement told me a whole lot, though. They have their entire chargeback policy outlined there. Like, they don't have to dispute chargebacks if they don't want to, even if you have proof. And the seller is responsible for everything if one happens. Only problem, Tony didn't read any of that fine print.
Oh, I'm very guilty of it. Scroll, 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 agree.
My name is Michelle Mortensen.
Next, I reached out to the buyer. I'm on the phone with him here. He wouldn't agree to me recording his end of the conversation. I was hoping he'd give Tony the boat back, and he was willing to, for more money, $2,600. That didn't go over well with Tony at all.
He was just like a remorseful buyer, like a spoiled child that didn't get his way. He got to use the boat all summer. Personally, I should be able to charge him rent.
I reached out to the credit card company too, but they just referred me to PayPal. And PayPal's policy is pretty clear when it comes to chargebacks. So Tony's only option now is a legal one. Tony's big boat may end up costing her big bucks, more than it ever did when she owned it.
All right, so what's the takeaway for you? Well, be careful when selling items on eBay and using PayPal. PayPal's hands are pretty much tied in chargebacks. They're beholden to the credit card companies, and the credit card companies usually protect their customers. So this same scenario could happen to you weeks, even months, after what you thought was a successful sale.
Wow.
So now, you know.
It's like we were sitting here talking. We all signed that, scroll, scroll, check box.
We all do it.
Is anybody talking about regulating that? Because really, you need a lawyer to hit the agree button.
Boy, we all need a lawyer almost when we do anything online, because there is so much fine print, and that's why they call it fine print, because you don't read all of the details. And there's a lot of talk about chargeback because there's a lot of fraud going out there, but there aren't really any solutions as to what to do about this big problem.
Poor woman.
Yeah.
Thanks, Michelle.